Hey everybody, RestlessCorpse here, playing Elite Dangerous, and before we get into anything, I had to show you guys something. So we're gonna jump to our map here. So we've got Josh up here, being a giant pussy, too afraid to leave Owlin here. He started at Baker's Prospect. He's in his little babby ship, the Viper Mark III, and he's supposed to be trying to make his way to the HIP, HIP 16607, so he can hang out and T-home with us. But he is literally, not only has he been sitting there the entire time I've been online, I mean, he's probably bounty hunting at a nav point or something, but he was too afraid to make the journey yesterday, and he said he was going to do it today. So clearly it's probably not going to happen, and he's going to see this video, or he's not going to see the video, one of the two. And that's the thing about, you know, your friends, is sometimes you just don't watch your shit, and that's totally fine, whatever. But I just think it's really funny that he's been sitting there for fucking ever, and it's because I kind of scared him a little bit when I was talking about making the journey and scooping and all that stuff, and telling him that he's got to be careful because sometimes you might jump into a system without a scoopable star, and I was like, don't run out of fuel, blah, blah, blah. I think I scared him a little bit, but I also told him that it's going to be okay. Like, he'll be okay. But, so there's something that I've been doing for a while, and I hope I plotted my course. I did not. I've been going back and forth between Weaver Port and Austin Market, and I'm not proud of it, guys. I'm not proud of it from a moral standpoint, but it has been making me a decent amount of money, and you'll see when we get there. But what I'm going to tell you that oh shit, I'm going to tell you that Missouri there, where Austin Market is in outbreak state at the moment, and Weaver Port in Fangtanga is not in an outbreak state. As a matter of fact, they're doing fine. I did buy some thrusters for the Anaconda, which ran me pretty. I made sure I went to a Leong Rui place to buy them, but they're still decently expensive, so I've been doing this to make up the money that I used, and it's working very well. The problem is, it's boring as fuck. Which is why there hasn't been a video for a couple days, because this is what I've been doing, and I've been racking my brain on how the hell I'm gonna make a video when I'm just doing this. But I figure, you know, maybe I'll just talk at you like I usually do. I don't know why I'm scanning. I've scanned this like 100 times. But basically what I'm doing is taking advantage of the fact that Austin Market, or Missouri in general, is having a rough time of it. And I'm being kind of a humanitarian in the fact that I'm going to Fangtanga and I'm buying, like, I'm filling my entire hold with medicine, but then I'm taking it to Austin Market and selling it for a huge premium. I'm making 1,000,000 credits per run on this, and it's only one jump back and forth. I don't know how long it's going to stay like this, because I doubt that Missouri is going to be like in an outbreak for very long. But, I mean, I've seen people do this before, which is what kind of gave me the idea. And if you remember the stream that I did, like last week or a couple weeks ago, I was doing this somewhere else. But it wasn't making me nearly as much money. It just so happens that medicine in Fangtanga is, like, ridiculously cheap at the moment. So, this is what I've been doing, and I feel kind of scummy about it, because if I were a good person, I think I would probably be, you know, within the lore of the game, doing this for free? Charity? I don't fucking know. But the point is, I'm like Martin SHKRELIing this shit right now. And we all know that he is a giant D-bag. So like I was saying though, I have been doing it a really long time, and it's like just the monotony of it is tearing me up inside. So what I need from you guys, because I know that, you know, based on the fact that I play other games and I try and get games other than Elite on the channel as well, I don't really spend as much time on Elite as a lot of you. Plus, I've been trying to, you know, help out Josh. We tried multi-crew. Listen, say what you will, maybe multi-crew is the greatest thing that has ever been added to Elite for you. I think it's kind of balls. I think it's kind of bullshit. And one of the big reasons is, so I got Josh in my ASP while I was out in Maya, because I've actually done a lot of things since the last time we've talked. I unlocked Marco Quent by running a bunch of missions to get modular terminals and giving them to him, and then I got him up to like rank 4, I believe. Or are we going to 2? I got him to about rank 4, and I got the invite to Professor Palin, so I went out and dicked around near Maya to get unknown fragments. I got a whole bunch of those, and I gave them to Professor Palin, and I got Professor Palin up to like, so the exploration data I got while looking for unknown fragments before I finally just looked up where the best place to get them was and went there and got them in like half an hour. The exploration data that I sold to Professor Palin got me up to rank 3 like instantly, right? And then I built I engineered a couple things, got him up to rank 4. He is halfway to rank 5, and I'm just going to give him more exploration data or whatever. But let's go ahead and sell off these medicines here. So we're looking at 1,037,000 profit. I only spent 73K on that full hold of medicine, so it's pretty fucking decent, to be honest. Now, if I were okay with just doing this over and over and over for hours on end, I'd probably make a lot of money. But I need something better. Something that is something I can do and make entertaining videos, which cuts out exploration, because you guys, well, like small little trips, I guess, is not, I can do those on my off time. But you guys know how it gets when I go out on exploration voyages and end up like running out of things to make videos about and then going dark for like 2 months. I don't want to do that. I guess I could go back to bounty hunting, which we're going to have to anyway, because when Josh finally gets to HIP 16607, which we're going to go to now, when he finally gets to the hip, he and I and Dave are all going to link up, and we're going to help him make some money. I don't know why I'm doing that when I could just do it this way. But we're going to go to the old T-home, which is 3 jumps. Excellent. Also, I A-rated the thrusters, like I said, on this, but it killed the jump range because they're super heavy. I don't like that. And it turns out, if I A-rate this thing, which is my goal, to, you know, kind of make this a combat beast as well, the jump range is going to be terrible. It's going to be absolutely terrible, and I do not like that. But as fun as the second voyage I did out into the black was with the Anaconda, I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with my ASP for exploring, which is what I've been doing. Like, I went out to Maya with the ASP and all that stuff. But for some reason I got sidetracked. So I invited him into the ASP, and I tried to go show him the black hole that's in Maya. And you know, it's like 300-something thousand light seconds away from the port in Maya. So we're going, right? And we're just kind of chatting. Dave's on TES with us, and we're talking. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Dave in the ship either because it only has 2 seats. And I'm like, dude, do you see what's going on in front of us? And he was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was describing stuff that was in front of us because I wanted to make sure that your co-pilot could see what you see. And it turns out they do, but it's fucking weird. Like, he sent me a screenshot of what he was seeing, and I was like, yeah, that's what I see. And then when I got to, like, within scanning range of the black hole, I was like, check this out, man, it's a black hole. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see anything. And I had him send me another screenshot of what he could see, and it was exact fucking same thing. The time was different, so clearly it was a new screenshot. He wasn't just trolling me, but it was the same. Like, his view never changed. So it's like, what the fuck with what the fuck is that all about? Like, when we went to other systems, he was able to see what I was seeing, but for some reason in Maya he couldn't, and that kind of bummed me out that multi-crew is kind of screwed up in that way. Also, we went into a res. I went and I changed into the FAS, which is the corpse wagon. This is the corpse grinder, and the ASP, as you guys know, is the corpse box. But I went and changed into the FAS, and I invited him back into the crew for some bounty hunting. We went to a res, and at first, like, he obviously didn't have anything bound, because for some reason Frontier still does this. If they introduce something new, just give us default bindings for it, and we can tweak them the way we want. It bothers me to no end that I have to go in and figure out what everything means and bind things to it and then tweak it as I use it to make it more, like, natural for me. But beside the point. So at first he didn't have anything bound, so he couldn't shoot. He was the gunner. He couldn't shoot or anything like that. So we're like, okay, well, and I was like, just go into your options and bind some stuff real quick. And he did, and he was, again, he was unable to, like, control the weapons at all. So is that what being a gunner in multi-crew is? Do you just sit there and watch? So it got to the point where, like, he wasn't even paying attention to the game anymore. He was, like, watching something or whatever, and I kept having to try and get his attention. Is that multi-crew, guys? Are we just doing it wrong? Did we just have a bad experience? A buggy experience, maybe? And then, like, I made, I don't know, 900K or so, and he made, like, 40K or something like that. Because we weren't there for very long, and I couldn't get a very good roll in the res. It was all small ships. And normally I would switch between, you know, open and solo to try and get a better roll on the res, but I couldn't do that without having to, without losing him as my crew member. So we just had to kind of deal with it. Like, I left the res a couple times and went back in. It just never changed, so it was like, whatever. Also, I'm not a big fan of the fact that you can't wing up when you're in multi-crew. Like, we couldn't bring Dave with us in his new Vulture because the FAS only has 2 seats. And then, like, so I understand why he didn't make a whole lot of money, because his combat rank is super low because he just started. I get that, but there needs to be other options other than just shooting things to get money as a crew member. Like, what if I want to play with my friends in multi-crew, but I don't like combat and I want to do trading and stuff? Fucking, you know, have him as a gunner on my trade vessel. It is almost like he's, you know, he's my hired gun, you know, so he should get money too. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm sure that this has been talked about to death on, like, Reddit and the forums, but it just kind of bums me out that multi-crew is not nearly as cool as I was hoping it was going to be. It might have been a little bit cooler if it would have let him fire my weapons while I was flying. Like, I had to do everything and he had to just sit there and watch, which understandably got boring, and he, you know, found other things to do. But it's not as cool as I would have liked. Maybe when they add, like, space legs and all that, multi-crew will be a little bit cooler. But even then, I don't think the way it's set up as just like a random multiplayer element where you join, you know, you get invited and it's a session. Like, you can't just, like, I was hoping that multi-crew would be, we go to the same place and he literally transfers onto my ship and we can go do whatever the fuck we want. And I could, you know, if I'd switch ships, then he'd be able to switch ships with me. But no, that's not the case. I got to kick him out of the crew and then switch ships and re-invite him. It's just not what I thought it was. It's not necessarily shitty. Like, I don't not like it, but I had higher hopes for it. But anyway, I'm jumping into T-Home. I'm not sure when he's actually going to make it here, but that is the plan, to get him here with Dave and I, and we're going to be making videos together and doing things, and that should be cool. But that being said, that's all the time I've got, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been playing for a while and I'm a little bit burnt out for the day. And to get back to the earlier question, at this point, the only thing that I can think of to do to make money is exploring, or, you know, Martin Shkreliing it. And I don't really want to continue doing that today, making a video, because I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Well, sort of. I guess I do. I'm kind of bummed out today in the old IRL life, ladies and gentlemen. So, like a lot of people, my taxes, you know, were done. And I was getting a nice sized chunk that I had some ideas with. I was going to use some of that. And this has nothing to do. And you if you don't want to hear about my personal woes, you can go ahead and click off and just say you watched the whole video. But I was excited because I was going to get a decent amount, and I was like, I'm gonna buy one of these and one of these, and it's going to help out a lot. I need to buy a second, like another mixer, so that I can have a second headset for when I do stuff with Kyle on other games. But that's beside the point. That wasn't actually anything that I was going to buy with. So here's the deal. I'm having some dental problems at the moment, right? And what I was actually going to use the money from my income tax for is to deal with those dental problems, because at some days I'm in a lot of pain at the moment. But I got a sweet little letter from the Treasury today, that they have actually appropriated all of my income tax to pay some of my student loan. Very upset about that, because that means that I am not getting anything. So that means that it went from, oh cool, I'm going to finally be able to get this dental shit sorted out and have enough money to maybe, you know, buy some things for the channel, to I'm not getting anything, and I'm just gonna have to deal with what I'm dealing with. So that sucks. So there's an IRL story from Commander RestlessCorpse for the day. In any case, we're here, and I'm gonna take off. So thanks for watching. As always, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Give Josh some shit. I'm gonna put Josh and Dave's channel links down in the description. They're going to be there on every Elite video if you ever want to check those out. Josh has already uploaded a video of our first meeting in the game, where we had to teach him how to play, and Dave has several Elite videos up. I'm trying to get them to, like, first of all, we had to twist Josh's arm to even get him to start making Elite videos, because he thought that it was too complicated, the game, and we had to show him like that you combine things whichever way you want, make it less complicated. And Dave just has a lot of stuff going on, and their videos don't seem to do nearly as well as mine, so it's and I told them they just need to keep at it. So hopefully they're going to be making more videos. Hopefully we'll all be making videos together. And if you want to show those guys support, just follow those those links down in the description. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow us to put annotations on if we use the end card, and the end card is a little bit more important on the video, so I can't just say click here for the video. So it'll be down in the description. In any case, like I said, guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Eject, 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 eject.